If you have any questions at any time, you can just interrupt me. That's fine. And just kind of shout it out. If you're raising your hand, I won't be able to see you because I will probably be looking at my screen the whole time. So, and if anyone else sees you raising your hand.
If they would put it in chat, I will follow up on it. I will let you know about it.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Perfect. So let's get started. The first thing everyone needs, actually, I'm going to set this down for a minute. So the first thing everyone needs, if you don't have it, to grab it, is a pen and a paper if you want to take notes. Because I only have an hour and there's actually a lot of stuff within the A Cappella app that I want to get to. So pen and paper, and then if you are able to use a secondary device, so whatever device you plan on using A Cappella on is not the one you should be Zooming on. So either switch to a computer for Zoom, switch to another phone for Zoom, whatever device you want to try A Cappella on. If that's not possible, that's fine. We're recording this, you can go back and watch it, because the end of the class is getting you to use the A Cappella app and actually try a collaboration as well. So I know some people have gotten up, so I will give you a second while they're getting that. Make sure all A Cappella downloaded. If you don't have A Cappella downloaded on your Apple device, go ahead and do that now. Go to your app store and search A Cappella, ACAPELLA. So I'm going to show, let me turn my camera around. I'm going to show you where that is located. So on my iPad, I go to the App Store, then I search. Oh, that is a bad, hold on, I can turn off my lights because that's going to be a bad reflection. Is that better? Yay, that's better. Okay, so I search. The only thing that's doubled is the 2 L's. You want this app. I know someone said, what app do I download? The one with that's red background, gradients to black at the bottom with 2 little microphones. So that's the app you want. There is a free version and a paid version. Just get the free version. If you choose at a later date to get the paid version, that's up to you. It is $10 a month. So while we're there, the free version allows you to tape things up to a minute. And someone feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on that one because it's been a long time. I went and got the paid version right away. There's a lot more options and you can have fun little decorations around your face when you use it.
Angie, I just have one question.
Yeah.
I know I have an Android, not an iPhone.
Nope.
And I see that there's an A Cappella app for Android. Would that be a better choice?
There is no app. This app is not on. It's not available for Android.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
No problem. In the class description, unfortunately, this is iPad and iPhone only. I also have a Android phone. The only thing that's available on Android is called A Cappella Maker. And it's a similar app, but it is much, much less synced. It's much less powerful. It doesn't have a lot of the same options. Collaborating is a pain with it. Yeah, unfortunately, Apple has won the game with this one.
Okay, I just wanted to be clear before I went through it. Thank you much.
No problem.
And Angie, one of the gals said that she's having trouble working that app. She has a new iPhone. Is there something in particular you can suggest for her?
What part about it is she having trouble working?
I don't know. Joanne, she's from New Zealand.
Oh, I think she sent another message. I think she asked which one to download and I showed her the picture.
Oh, she's okay. All right.
Yeah. Yeah, we were trying to download the wrong one. So
okay.
Okay.
We're all set.
Okay. I was gonna say, I think I saw the got it, thanks come across. So once you have that downloaded, you can open it. I store it in my music folder. And once it opens, it's kind of like Instagram for those of you who have Instagram. And it's a little bit like Facebook. It's kind of like some other social media apps that we have where you can scroll. So there's options. Now this is going to look a little different on an iPhone. So bear with me. If you have questions on an iPhone and there's an iPhone user out there in this group, feel free to pipe in because I only have an iPad. I do not have an iPhone. So I'm not certain of how it looks on an iPhone, although I'm sure it's probably similar. So you have your options down at the bottom. You have your feed. So everyone that I subscribe to, kind of like an Instagram, or if you were following someone on Facebook, all of their projects show up in my feed. So I get to scroll through and you can play any of their projects. Then your projects show up as well. You follow yourself. But and then there's obviously A Cappella, like promoted by A Cappella App. So those aren't people that I follow, but they're people based on my previous interactions that they recommend me listening to, or they're really popular in A Cappella right now. So that's your feed. And then you have this Discover button. And with Discover, it brings up, like I said, similar to Instagram, things that the A Cappella app thinks I would be interested in. And there's different things, different hashtags you can look up. A bunch of them are listed up here because they're trending. Collaborations are huge in this app, as are obviously solo pieces. But there's so many different things. There's a lot of instrumentalists that use this app. Obviously a lot of vocalists, but a ton of people from all over the world use it, which is really interesting. And then you come down here to activity, and this will show you all the activity on the people that you're following, and then all of the activity on your videos, and then all of the activity on your collaborations. So they are broken down into sections, and they're listed really neatly at the top. I don't really look at activity. I just go on, make my videos, or collaborate, and then share. This isn't really a social media app where I'm really focused on likes or shares or anything like that. I just also use it as a tool. For those of you who have seen my YouTube video, I really use it as a tool to create those. And then you have your profile button down here that's last. And this just shows all of your videos that you've done, all the collaborations you've done. And then you can put in, little information. You can change your picture, your settings. That's where all that's located. Any questions about the basic breakdown of your tabs and apps? All right, let's get into recording. I didn't want that. Oh. Okay, so recording. From any of these screens, you have the option to record because it is always going to be that double red microphone button in the middle. So that'll open, and if you've used the app before, it'll open to your last project. And it'll ask you if you want to continue with your current project. So you can go into that, or you can record a new one, or you can join a collaboration. 99% of my time, I go into record new. Now it'll ask you, new project. This will remove your current project. Are you sure you want to continue? If you have not saved your current project and you want to save it, I'll show you how to do that later. But this is where you would go back into your current project and click save. But I'll show you where that is later. So right now I'm going to say, yes, I want to continue. I want to just erase it. So in your layout, you have classic and premium. If you have the free version, all you're going to have available to you is the classic. And you can choose, how many ever people that you can have. But if you have the premium, that's where you can go in and choose the funky designs. And it lets you, so all this white space, if you pick a design, say you have 9 people and you pick this design, it'll actually let you pick what goes in that white space. So you can put in a holiday decor, you can put in snowflakes, you can put cool wallpapers on that white. So a lot of times though, I actually use the classic because I prefer it. It's clean. Oh, if I can go backwards. So record new. So this is what you should see if you've never used the app. When you go in, you'll still just see the double microphones, join a collaboration or record new. So you click basic or premium, and then you just click how many people you need. So obviously you're 1, you're 2, and then it gives you different layout options, 3, 4, and down here is your dots showing you that you have more pages of layouts. So you can scroll through them just like you would on any touch screen. And you've got all these additional layouts for the number of people. I think it does up to 9. Yep, there it is. So it does up to 9 people or groups of people if you have more than one in a household. So we're just going to do the basic 4. And then in the free version, if anyone has that pulled up, my question to you, because it's been so long since I've had a free version, what does it show here? Does it still give you these time options?
Lorraine is showing hers on the screen.
Lorraine, I can see the top. Okay, perfect. So see how it's, okay, so 30 seconds is all you got. So 30 seconds is what is free. Anything after that, it says try it now. It probably gives you like a 7, I think it's a week free trial. And then it makes you purchase it. But today, and what's nice is for tags, very rarely do they go over 30 seconds. So I will select 30 seconds to be congruent with you guys or anyone that doesn't have the paid version. And then you just click next. You'll see it has this nice little red check mark telling you that's the one you selected. Down here it says, helpful tip, you should record during the for the full duration. I agree with that, but you can stop it. Don't feel like if your tag is not 30 seconds that you have to record for all 30 seconds. So then your 4 boxes with plus marks. This gets super easy from here because all you have to do is select a box, and then it looks just like a tape recorder or a camera. And that would be where we record. So I always do lead, tenor, bari, bass. That way when you're looking at my videos, you always know which box is your part. You can record any part in any box, which is really nice. The other thing I recommend at this stage is, too many cameras and a mirror. So the one thing I do recommend is having headphones, and the app recommends it as well. You record the first one and it'll let you do it without headphones. As soon as you go to the second one, if you don't have headphones in, you'll hear this recording as you're trying to record this one, but you'll hear it through the microphone as well. So this screen will pick up both of these screens, and you start to do some real weird stuff with echoing. So I highly recommend either a microphone. See if I can turn this around again. Doesn't want it. There we go. So like I use a microphone connected to my headphones, or you can use just headphones and it'll still record through your microphone input on your phone or your iPad. But headphones are a must if you're recording more than one part. Let me turn this back around. So then and there it is, it's prompting me already. No headphones detected. So this gets really hard while it says speaker output detect or disabled, but I have found that it does not disable my output. And then, like I said, it starts to do really funky things with the echoing. So if you need to grab some headphones, I will give you a moment to do that now. If you do not have headphones, that might be an Amazon list ad. So I am going to, how to do this? I'm going to put my, can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I gotta turn that sound up though. So you guys can still hear me, yes?
Yep.
Perfect. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put my headphones into my iPad. So the headphones that I have are just generic. I don't even know if they're a brand. They're AKG. I mean, I think I picked them up at Walmart for $15. I do not recommend anything that is Bluetooth unless you have AirPods. Those are the only Bluetooth headphones I can recommend that have a mic input that would go into this and not have a delay. I tried a few brands that were higher in quality, but just not AirPods. And I found that there was such a large delay with the Bluetooth connection that there was no way I could sync it. So wired headphones are going to be your best bet. Like I said, unless you have AirPods. So now that my microphone is in, I'm going to record my lead part. And so we're going to do a tag. We're going to do cry. So for those of you who don't know it, I'm going to teach each part as we go through and try this on our own a cappella app. But I'm just going to show it to you really quick so that you have a demonstration first. I left my pitch pipe at home. I'll pick a pitch. Yeah. So I just hit record. And it gives you a countdown, which is really nice because you can get ready. And then I stop it. So if you automatically know, oh no, I need to do that again, it gives you that option. Then you can just redo it. If you want to continue, you hit that. And then it instantly starts playing it. So I can hear this playing right now in my headphones. So it allows you to like go through, take a look at it. It allows you to trim the video if you want, just like you would on iMovie. So like if I want to trim this last bit out, I just pull my thing in. It does not allow you to cut and paste. So the only thing you're trimming is the beginning and the end. You're not able to trim, maybe just the end. Oh yeah, just the end. So you're not able to trim anything inside if you had like a wrong note or something. So just from the end. And then when you are happy with it, so if you listen to this and you're like, okay, I don't need to redo that. Actually, let's back up. I listened to it. I said, I do need to redo it. This little X right here will take me back to the original screen where I can click on that box again and re-record it. If I don't want to, I click the little green arrow. And then it renders it and loads it. And then that one is done. To add another part, you go in. So clearly we can see this one is live and that one is still the recorded one. As soon as I hit the record button again, it'll do the countdown. This one will play in my headphones, but I'm recording this one. So I'll do that right now. Any questions actually before I go any further? All right. So I'll record tenor real fast. Cry, I made you cry. Now, I'm going to take out my headphones so you can hear this. So I'm going to hit continue and it's going to play. Cry, I made you cry. So I did not sing my tenor nearly fast enough. So obviously I'm going to click my little X in the corner because I want to redo it. It keeps this one recorded and then this one is live again. So we redo, but you have to redo with headphones in. Otherwise, all that sound will be in your recording. Cry, I made you cry. All right, so that's within the time. I don't even need to listen to it. I just hit the green arrow, it renders, we move on. So while we're here, some things down here. You've got your input selection. So, oh, and it automatically plays. So this allows you to select your microphone and your gain, or your input gain. So if, say you record and you hear that it's really crackly, like you're blowing out your microphone, you want to turn down your gain. And this will be true for any software program that you're using with a microphone. The gain is just how loud or soft something comes in. So if I turn it way down here, you can see that it's not jumping very high. But if I wanted to turn it up, like someone was really soft in recording, that's where you adjust that. So you have a monitor. You can select if you want to hear yourself while recording or not. I choose not. And then obviously the monitor volume and then what ear you want to hear yourself in. So a lot of professional studios will have you recording, like you'll hear the rest of the band in one ear and then you'll hear yourself in the other ear. And so this allows you to select either, both or one or the other. And then your audio output, your headphones, this is just left or right if you want to hear one side or the other. And then the video sound volume. So those, I don't really adjust those because I found that the app has them adjusted pretty well for singing and for music because it's not used for speaking, it's used for music. So they've adjusted that pretty well. And then down here, this is actually a microphone input option. So you can choose to record at a lower speed, which gives you a lower sized file. So if you're uploading something and someone says that that file was way too large, once you save it and send it, you can actually record at a lower speed and a lower definition. Yeah, it won't be as high def, but it'll be a smaller file. I've found that most Apple products can handle the higher speed and the larger file size. So I've never actually run into an issue recording at the 256 kilobytes per second. Then there's one little button over here while you're recording. That's a full screen. So if you want to see your one part that you're recording and not see the others, you can make yourself full screen. I actually find that looking at the other parts helps because there's the visual cues that we use in barbershop that you can watch just like you were watching a quartet. So I'm going to go ahead and record my baritone part. It gives me the countdown, just like the other parts. Cry, I made you cry. So again, I'm going to redo that because I went real fast. Cry, I made you cry. So I'll keep that one and I'll show you what it sounds like. Cry, I made you cry. So while extremely fast, the sync is there. And it does take some time to get a handle on that sync. But after a few times, you find that the sync is actually, it's pretty easy to time if you are paying attention to your physical cues and the vocal cues that we already use in barbershop. So then I like that one. I hit the green arrow and it renders. One left. Let's record bass. Cry, I made you cry. Yeah, it was a little off, but I'm going to keep it just for the sake of time. And then all 4 parts are done. So that is the recording step. Any questions with the recording step? And I know this is going fast. So if any of you, I'll pop my email in the chat. If anyone has any questions about any of these steps, feel free to email me. I might not get back to you until 2 a.m. because for those of you who don't know, I work nights, but I will definitely get back to you. So recording is done. I'm happy with all 4. We have some options from here. We can edit, or we can save and close, or we can save and share. So up at the top, you see cancel and save and share. So if you didn't want the entire thing, you just hit cancel, it goes to your home screen, you'd be done. From here, you can save and share it. We're gonna do that in a minute because I'm actually gonna show you how to edit. So down here, you have a new array of buttons. So actually, I'll go left to right. What am I doing? So left to right. This one's just a play. So all it does is play it. Oh. And then once you're done playing it, you hit the X to go back. And it brings up all those little buttons again. So that's literally just I want to listen to it. If you got to this point and you said, you know what, I need to re-record one of these, you could click any one of these boxes just to go back in and re-record. Is there not editing with the free version? Lorraine, do you happen to see the editing or these little buttons? Yeah. Mel, are you on an iPhone?
Yes. I am I have the paid version, but I didn't remember if the free version comes with all the editing tools.
Well, it's not all of them, so I can see them, but I can only use like the equalizer. I can put on like reverb, and I can put, let me see if I can get back to it.
Good question, Mel. Thank you.
Because I have the free version, so. I was just playing with it too, and I don't know if I can get back to it.
But Angie, you can, like, if one of your
here.
friends has the paid version, you can do a longer video even if you don't have the paid version if you collab with them.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So Voce uses my account. I
Right.
start the video and then they jump in and so we sing, 3.5 minute long songs, even though I'm the only one with the paid version. Yep. So if you're collaborating with someone that has the paid version, you can collab
Okay.
with them.
So,
Yep.
so here's the free version. Here's what it looks like. And what I can do is I can do custom.
Mhm.
All right, but I can't use equalizer or processor. But the custom, I can put on echo. I can pan it left to right. I can put on reverb.
Oh, perfect. Okay, good.
You can
'Cause
see
those-
that.
Yep.
I
those-
can change the pitch,
Oh, I don't even touch that.
and I can put on echo, which is
Okay.
like similar to the reverb, but it's a little different.
Yep. So I'm gonna show you guys what I use. And I recommend record just your voice singing a simple song, and then go in and play with these options and see what they do to your voice, because not everyone's editing is going to be the same. So when I edit, that's that little, where'd it go? So the second little button that's down here, it's really dark, is your edit button. So it'll automatically start playing, and I always just turn it off because I kind of know what I'm looking for. So the highlighted box, the one that has the red mark around it, is the one you're editing at a time. You're not editing all of them. You're just editing one at a time. So like on this track, I know that my tenor is too loud. So I click over to my tenor, and you go down here and you've got some options. So volume, and like Lorraine said, panning, you can pan left or right, reverb, change the pitch, add echo. So all those are all the same on the free version versus the paid version. So the only ones I work with, and I found that they're more than adequate, is obviously the volume. So if I want to turn here, I'm going to play this for you actually, because I'm done recording. Actually, hold up. Let me put my headphones back in here. So now you guys, there we go. Now you can hear me just a little better. So this is what it sounds like without any editing. So my tenor is too loud, right? So I go to my volume and I just turn it down, probably a little more, and then I hit play. Still too loud. There we go. Now we're balanced. So I was way too loud on my tenor. So you can turn down the volume on any of them. You cannot turn the volume up. If like your other three parts are too loud for your lead, you have to turn the other three all the way down to work with whatever volume your lead is at. It unfortunately doesn't start with a volume in the middle, which is something I've actually recommended to them, that you should be able to like turn one up, but not our option. I don't really use panning because I don't create my videos to be listened to in speaker, but this is actually a really cool option that if you wanted to create like a side-by-side video and you wanted these two people to sound like they were singing from that side and these two people to sound like they were singing from that side, you could pan the stereo to one side or the other so that when someone's listening to headphones, they'll hear two people on one side and two people on the other side, just as if they were standing in front of you. And then I do use reverb. I add just a touch, like maximum a quarter, but I do use some reverb on my videos, and I'll show you what that sounds like. So you heard the raw version. I'll add reverb to all of these. And I find that reverb kind of just smooths out some edges. If you have an onset or the end of a phrase or word that isn't quite in sync, it just kind of smooths out those edges, and things don't have to be absolutely perfect. So this is what it sounds like with a little bit of reverb added to each part. And there isn't a huge difference, but it gives just like a little bit of an echo at the end, makes it sound like it's in a bit of a hall. I don't really use the pitch. You'd have to use it equally across all four parts because we are singing 4-part harmony or more. I'm assuming if you use it on one part, then you could change the pitch up or down, but I just don't find a need for it. And with echo, I haven't really played around much with echo because I like what reverb does with my voice and with the tag videos. And so echo, I played with it at first and I just found that it sounded very tinny. And it took a lot of the bass woof out. So I haven't really played with that one either. But like I said, feel free to sing a solo line and then go in and play with some of these settings. So then on your free one, you said you couldn't work with equalizer?
Yeah, no, I can't.
Okay,
It's
okay.
grayed out.
no problem. So I'll just go through it briefly, and then it might help you, make your choice of buying it or not. So with equalizer, if I were playing an instrument, I can choose what instrument I'm choosing or what instrument I'm playing. So if I were playing like a trumpet and a saxophone, like I can actually choose that instrument, and it'll have different sound settings for whatever instrument I'm playing. So it does that for all of them. So that's kind of a cool setting, because then you don't have to know all the ins and outs of equalization within a program. You just choose your instrument, and it kind of knows like this instrument needs more bass, it needs less tenor, and it knows how to make that instrument sound the best. So obviously we are doing vocal. Within this, there's actually a lot of choices. And I guess if I really wanted to use the equalizer, I'd probably choose clear vocals, but there's a ton of them. Female vocal refresh, female, Vox 1, Vox 2. So there's a ton of options. I don't really use them just because I've found that in the sheer number of videos that I've been making, if I were to do this with every video, it would take me hours. So it's not, again, not something I really played with, and it wasn't available on the free version, which I played with a lot first before getting the paid one. So again, just fun things to try out. And then with the processor, the nice thing about this one is it goes through these vocal options and sets them up automatically. But I use this more than anything. So this is a noise gate, and really what it is, it's just a noise reduction. So when I play this, there's actually a lot of background noise, and you'll hear it. So hear the background noise, it's like a fuzz, right? So before I even start singing, it's that shh sound. But if I lower the noise gate, and I normally lower it to about 60, I find that it takes out so much of that extra noise. Now listen to the difference. It's nearly silent before I start singing. So then I go through and I do that to every one of them. And what that does too is it allows you to hear the reverb, because the reverb is really just interfering with that static. So we can't really hear it until we turn them all down. Oh, hold on, that doesn't help. So then you have to go back to custom to be able to hear all 4 parts. But here it is with reverb. And because this one's so short, I might actually add more of reverb. I feel like that's maybe not enough on this one. Let's see what that finished product sounds like. And for as short as it is, it gives it just a little bit more of that studio finished quality, without all of the equipment and the money and the studio time, which is kind of nice. So if the editing is where you want it, I go up to the green arrow, just like before, and it renders it and finishes it. So now I can go back and play it. We edited it. And then in the paid versions, I think this is also an option in the free one. You can choose a filter. I think there's just less options in the free version, but you can put a fun, little filter on it if you want to. You can change the colors. Again, there's so many options. You could be in here for hours editing a photo or editing something. So as soon as you choose a filter, if you like it, all you have to do is click the X and it already applies it. You don't have to click an arrow or a check mark or a save yet. It already applies it. Now, again, because I have the paid version, I have some options. If I had those white borders, that's where all of this fun stuff comes in. Ton of wallpapers that you can choose from.
Free has that too.
Oh, free has it too? Beautiful. So, they've got their Christmas stuff in. So the white, oh yeah, because that's the classic. So the white changes to, fun little pictures or borders that you want. And then again, you just click the X to get out of that and it automatically is there. It automatically applies it. And then there's this little copyright C. That's the last choice while we're here. You can display a watermark if you have a watermark. I think this is in the paid version. So like if this were the quartet and I wanted to put the Voce image in here, I could do that. I could put my name in here. A lot of people like to put the title of the song. So like if I add my watermark and I put in cry, then it just puts in cry. So like you could label this cry tag in the key of G. You can change the font, you can change the colors, just like a normal like word processor. You can change where it is.
Yeah, so we can't change the watermark in the free version.
Okay, yeah, I didn't think so. So that changes, obviously it's left. Now it's, come on, centered, right, change to pink, yeah. So those are options if you get the paid version. All right, any questions before I go on to saving and sharing? All right, so once you are happy with it in this state, you click save and share. And then this screen comes up. So you have some options here. You can enter a caption just like you would on Facebook or Instagram, what it is, any little blurb you wanted to put, and then you have 3 options of sharing. You can make it public, so it'll share on this app. You can make it private, so you can send it, it's kind of like YouTube actually in this sense. You can make it private, so anyone with a link can view it, or you can collaborate. And you have to choose collaboration if you plan to sing with someone else. If you click one of these first 2, it will not collaborate. So you must click this if you want to collaborate with someone. And then you have a bunch of options on how to share it. So I always do it public first, and I share it using the Mixchord A Cappella. And that just shares to the actual app. The other thing I do is I share it to my camera roll. That way it saves to my iPad. And if I want to go in and edit it, I can. Or if I want to go in and change it to collaborate, I can. Otherwise, you can choose collaboration, and then you can message it to someone, and then it gives you all of your like messaging apps options. You can email it to someone. I click more. Just have to render. Maybe. And now you get to see how slow my sister's internet is. So if I want more, I can share it to Dropbox, I can share it to Facebook, I can share it to my Drive. So these are all just different options of where you can share it. Share. So if I wanted to make this public, and I just click the A Cappella app little icon there, it renders it, it saves it. And then it'll pop up a little screen right there that says your project has been shared. Now, if you guys are in A Cappella, so if you're done and you've saved it and shared it all you want, all you have to do is click the X, and it's kind of like it's just like a web page. And ask for sharing. So you click the X and then you just hit cancel because it's already been saved. And it takes you back to your main screen with your main buttons down here. So if I refresh by pulling down, oh, it just quits. Thanks, technology. So there it is. It's my most recent video. And there she be. And I can go in and it'll play and I can edit it. I can edit it. I can share it all from this screen. Now, I just got the question who I need to pay $20 to because you are literally on the next part. How to do this with a quartet. Does anyone have any questions about the app itself before we go into collaboration? Cool. So how to do this with a quartet. I will tell you that in our trials and errors with Boche, only one person can add their part at a time. So it has to be sequential. It doesn't matter what order you go in, but you have to select an order. So we always just kind of post things in a group. We use a group Facebook message. So all four of us are on the same message and we will, one of us will, generally Cheryl, will record and then she'll send it to the group message. Whoever gets it next will record theirs and then share it back to the Facebook message. So let me do this real fast. I need 3 people to call out just call out your name, unmute and call out your name. If you have Facebook Messenger.
Janet
Janet, what's your last name?
Mulligan.
All right, there's one. I need another person.
Annette Landry.
There's, hello dear. And I need a third. Laurel, you on? Nope. I need a third.
Angie, you can use mine. It's Kate Roberts.
Oops. All right. So what I've done, I will go to it on my Zoom. So what I've done is I've created a Facebook message with those 3 people. So I'm gonna go to my a cappella app. Kate, you sing bass, Annette, you sing tenor. Janet, what part do you sing?
Lead.
Beautiful. So look at that. We have all 4 parts. Didn't even try.
That is cool.
So I'm gonna start this. We're gonna do cry.
Okay.
And I'm gonna sing the baritone part. So how I record, like I said, lead, tenor, bari. Since I'm just recording myself, I'm not gonna plug in a microphone. Cry, I made you cry. I stop, I continue. I know it's okay. So I hit my arrow or I keep calling that an arrow, my check mark. It renders. And then I save and share. So like I said before, in order to collaborate has to be checkmarked. And then this lovely option of sharing in Facebook Messenger comes up. So it renders it, it saves it. And then it brings up all the people that I have messages with. Oh, where'd my group go? Oh, it's gonna make me create my group again. That's okay. Ooh. And then I hit send. So I've created that Facebook group. So I go back into my Facebook Messenger, and those 3 people, well, where'd you go? So those 3 people should have gotten what looks like this. Now, obviously it's still loading. It will actually show a picture of, oh,
I got
um,
it.
Got it.
woohoo.
I got
So
it.
those 3 people have received that message now. Now, the cool thing about this is it automatically opens right into that. So, Kate, go ahead and click on that. And from this, and I'll do it too because it won't change anything. It opens right into the app.
Yep.
And opens right into that. So up here, there's a collab button. Because I shared it with those people, they have the option to hit collab and it'll take them right into the recording so they can make the recording.
Yes. Cool.
And then as each person records, where are my collabs? As each person records, it actually saves it. So once you get to the end, you'll literally have like, see how this one has just Cheryl and I?
Yes.
And then we had to like record, and then 2 other people had to record. So it saves it as you go. So if one person is like, oh, I didn't like mine, they can totally go back in and do it.
Okay.
So once that's done, so like this one, I'll go into edit and open this one. So I'm importing this one. So this is what Kate will see. She'll import it, or this is what all 3 of them would see. So Kate, if you want to go ahead and record your part and send it back to the group messenger, and then your part, and then Janet, you'll be last because you will just have the post. So while they're doing that, so all 4 of us did that. So I recorded, and then Cheryl recorded, and then Dee recorded, and then Beth recorded, or whatever order you want to go in. So we all recorded, and it comes back to me. I can click save and share. And then what I normally do is I save it to my camera roll. And it renders and it saves every time. And then that is automatically saved. So when I go into my pictures, maybe, come on, iPad. There we go. So when I go into my photos on my iPad, go into my library.
I see.
Oh, I don't know what is going on with my, all photos, my goodness. So there it is. It's the very last thing that I saved to my camera roll. And from there, I can go to my Facebook Mm. And if I wanted to add it, I'm just gonna do it, only me. But I can go to my videos just like you normally would to add a photo or a video. There it is, because I saved it to my camera roll. And boom, it's on Facebook. Any questions about that?
This is Janet. So I'm just waiting for the other two people to do theirs and send it to me.
You sure are. Yep.
All right.
So
I
that's-
cannot. I can't do it because I don't know where my headphones are. My earphones are.
okay.
So I'm gonna still try and find them in the next 2 minutes.
Okay. Kate, how are you doing?
I'm sending it now, Angie.
Beautiful.
Just sent it. Got it.
Sweet.
Awesome. So Janet,
Yes.
here. So wait, let me go back to my Zoom. So you guys can see, here's my messenger with Kate and Janet. So here's the one I sent. There's the one that Kate sent. So now, whichever one wanted to do it next. So Annette can't find her. So Janet, actually, if you want to just click on that,
Okay.
it'll open in the app, and you can go ahead and record lead. So this part takes a little bit of arranging of schedules sometimes, and it takes some patience, but it does work, and it's fun to do with a quartet. I've collabed with people in Europe. I've collabed with people in Montana, and I've collabed with a bunch of people in Region 1. So it's a really fun way to collab. So another thing you can do, if you're just in the app, cancel out of all this. So say I'm just in the app and I see all these really cool, multi-tracks. If I go to the people that I follow, because there is, if you go to Sweet Adeline's chat, there is a thread from like April. If you just search A Cappella App in the threads, you can find a whole bunch of Sweet Adelines that are already on this app and already doing it. So if I go to my feed and I start looking up people, so this is someone I follow, and they have a collab option here. And say I listen to this and I say, you know what, I can sing that part. I want to try to sing that part. So I would request to collab with them, and then I can sing that part and put in my own part. Oh, sorry. You click on it, it plays. Ah, it's got a mind of its own. So that one is a request to collab. This one, because it has a little people, means that it is already a collaboration, but you can still request to collab on something like this, and you can record it yourself. Like this is some people from River Blunders, and they have been creating a bunch of fun little multi-track ones. So if I wanted to collab with her and sing like the baritone part, I just click this and I import it. Takes a minute.
All right. So I'm having a little bit of trouble. So I click on Kate, what Kate sent, and it starts to play, but there's nothing that shows me that I'm recording.
So at the top, at the very top where it's playing, does it say collab?
It doesn't. It says, it shows you, just Kate, and it has a heart, a little voice thing box, and then it has a star in the middle of a yellow dot, and that's all it says.
So it doesn't say collab next to it?
No.
Oh, boo. Okay, Kate, you might have to go back into yours. Did share it as a collaboration, or did you just share it?
I thought I shared it as a collaboration. I might not have.
It's okay. So go back in and check it. So Voce found this happened quite a few times too, is where sometimes it reverts back when it's saving and it doesn't share as a collab. And it happens. So you can just go right back. The last person who shared it can go right back into it in their app and try to share it again.
And
So that's what I
if
recommend.
she shares it as a collaboration, then I hit collab, like I'm looking at your, I hit that and then I sing along with it.
Yep.
All right.
So I'll go back to mine and show you what that'll look like.
Okay.
So, oh, maybe. There we go. So it opens when,
That's what I have.
yeah. So when it works the right way, which like I said, sometimes it reverts back. When it works the right way, you'll see what you saw first with all this stuff, but then you'll see this collab button right above it.
Okay. All right.
But yeah, Voce found that wasn't working right either.
Okay.
It's technology. They still have some hiccups.
I love.
But going back to this, so if I want to collab with this, I import, oh, that was in
Okay.
there.
So that I just resent it, doing everything again. So cross
Yes,
fingers.
and I have the collab button now at the top.
Okay.
So,
Bam.
so I press on that, correct?
Yep.
And then I sing with that.
Yepper. So you can feel free to mute yourself and sing your lead part. And I'm going to show this real quick. And I know we're almost out of time. I'm technically out of time. I'm going to put my headphones in because obviously she's saying all 4 parts and I don't want all 4 parts to sound when I'm recording my part. So I'm actually going to see, let's see what she actually sang first. All right, that was probably a bad idea because I don't know that song at all, but that's how I would collab with her. And I would save it just the same and I can share it on my own page. She has opened this up so that you can collaborate with her and you don't have to ask. Yeah, it was actually a full song that I don't know, but
Ange,
uh-huh.
I made the recording and now I'd like to send it. It's not completely synced, but this is my very first time and I'm beyond excited to be able to do this.
So I think Janet is making hers first. So you
Okay.
might have to wait until Janet sends hers.
Fine, and then I'll re-record it.
Yeah, sorry. So
No problem.
that's the
No, I'm
downside.
happy to be doing this.
That's the downside of doing this with a quartet is that if 2 people grab the attachment at the same time, only one person's is going to take.
Got it.
Angie, there is a question.
Yeah.
Somebody said they went to the App Store and it looked like they didn't have the option to get the free one. Wanted my Apple ID to authorize the transaction. What did I do wrong?
You did nothing wrong. The person who responded to is correct. It still needs your Apple ID to authorize downloads. It is free, but your Apple ID is needed for a lot of these, a lot of the devices, just as a security measure, because the app has the option for you to purchase. And so because of that money option, they need your authorization just to download the free version, just because they don't want any unnecessary charges or unexpected charges. What was another question that came through?
Well, Jesse answered this one, I guess. And then the other one was just a comment that Lorraine made about the fact that the quartet bought the app, but for only one device and everybody else got the free version.
Yep. And that's what Voce did. I have the same one, or I have the full version. The other girls have the shortened. You do not have to use Facebook Messenger. You can email the recording to each other. You can use text messaging, iMessage if that's easier. We tend to stay away from iMessage because I have an Android. But yeah, you can share via Dropbox. We've used our Dropbox account once in a while. I can turn this around again. So we've used our Dropbox account. We've used email to share. Like right now I have one sitting in my email from Deanna ready for me to sing against that I haven't done. But yeah, any option that's in there under share is an option you can use for collaboration. Any other questions while we're waiting for, I'm sorry, that was probably really quiet. Any other questions while we're waiting for our collaborators?
There is one more there, Angie. You just want to read it or you want me to read it?
Oh, you can go ahead and read it, sorry.
If the other three do such a good job that you want to re-record your part, record it first, can you do that?
Yep. So just like I showed you, turn this around again. There we go. So if I go into my profile, and like we've all recorded this one, right? So if I want to edit it, I just import it. Say, yes, I want to get rid of my last one. I want to import this one. And if I hear the finished product and I'm like, oh, I need to redo baritone, I go in, I click on my baritone part, and there it is, brand new. Now, if I say, oh no, I didn't want to click on that. You just click on the X, and there it is, good as new. But if you click record, and you start recording, I'm not sure if you can hit that X. We'll find out. Oh, it wants me to record at least 6 seconds. The other thing too, as you just saw, it'll want you to record at least 6 seconds. You have to record at least 6 seconds. Okay, let's try that. So say I hit continue, and then I listened to it and I was like, oh, my original was better. Let's see if it'll let me get out of it. Yep, there it is. There's the original. So you can always go back, which is nice. I had not used that. But if you re-record your part and then you like it, you just go through the share and save options again. And then you have your new version.
I don't want to rush anything. I just want to make sure I drop the evaluation in the chat for people so we don't forget. So.
Janet, how we coming?
I'm good. We're just waiting for Annette.
Oh, okay. Janet, did you share it to the, okay. Let's see if.
I think I did.
We don't have anything in the messenger yet.
Oh, all right.
Oh. There we go. And while they're working on this, feel free to mute yourself and go into your A Cappella app and try even just like a two-parter little, either a lead and do a lead in your part, for cry. Obviously the lead is just the post on one note. And then perfect. So there's Janet's. So Annette, just click on that.
I see it.
Beautiful.
I see it. Wow.
And what's really fun too is when you record, you feel like you're singing with a quartet. You feel like you're singing with, other people. And it's really nice. Even when you sing with yourself. So then Annette will do the same thing, but she doesn't have to click collab because she's the last person. All she has to do is share it.
This is also a good tool to use to work on like section unity. If you're have the first person start by singing with like a learning track, and then you can have your whole section work on singing in one voice or work on a new interp of something. It's another way to think about using this tool, not just singing in a quartet.
That is an awesome, awesome recommendation, Kate. It's actually, I love that idea. I have not used it for that yet.
My recording is being sent now.
Fabulous. So I'll turn this around. We're patiently waiting. The anticipation is killing me. So while we're waiting on that, I will, in the chat, I'm going to put my email address, like I said I would before. And then if you, let's see. That is my handle on YouTube for my tag videos. If you want, demonstrations or ideas for collaborations, feel free to use those. We're almost there. You're fine, Miss Annette. Is it doing its like rendering and saving?
I don't see that, but if you do, that's terrific. I clicked save and share.
Mm-hmm. And then is share, oh, you know what? So where did you save it?
Well, I'm supposed to save it to something, aren't I? Facebook, email, Twitter. Uh-oh. Facebook Messenger. I'm sorry, I did not do that. Okay.
No, it's okay.
Fine, I think. Okay, it's saving now.
Perfect.
26, 35, 43. Oh my God.
Yeah, I think waiting for it to render and save sometimes is the most frustrating part, because you're like, just go, and it does it for every single time.
There it is. There it is.
There it is. So when we click on the all skate, we get it. And there you have it. So there is a fully collaborated tag on the A Cappella app. And then from there, I can share that to Facebook. I can share that. So say I want to share it to Facebook. And I want to share it. Let's see. We'll do public. A Cappella app class. And I want to share it to my news feed. Or you can share it to a group, and I want to share it to the region 1. Oh boy, I have way too many groups. There it is, region 1 virtual sharing. And I share. And it says shared to Facebook. So the next thing I would do is to ensure that. Oh, discard this. And there it is, Region 1 virtual sharing.
My God.
And anyone in the region can come right here and it'll open the app, but it won't. So it'll open either the app on their phone or it'll open just a player and they'll be able to see it and hear it.
Wow. Thank you, Ange.
You're welcome. Does
Yeah.
anyone have any questions?
No questions. You did a great job, Angie. Thank you.
Did.
Thank you. Yep. So any last minute burning questions? I know I kept you guys a little long, but it is a ton of information in that app.
Well, I'm glad.
Oh, this was fun. Great.
Yay. Well, feel free to email me if you have any questions or you get stuck anywhere in the app.